until that day when all are one. To me, my loyal Decepticons.
Hello everybody, what is up? I am back here and already another Transformer arrived. Here I am for Transformers Animated Soundwave. Yes, I can't do a good impression. But, yeah, if you're a big fan of Transformers, you obviously know who Soundwave is. He's one of the main Decepticons. He's always loyal to Megatron, and basically in whatever version he just, well, makes sound, whether it's brainwashing music or, you know, metal-piercing sounds. But anyway, Soundwave in Animated, in my opinion, is overall well done. Now, usually there is a battle between who is the best Soundwave for a lot of Transformers Animated fans. It's either Animated or G1. And understandably, a lot of people prefer G1 Soundwave, but in my personal opinion, I think the design of Animated Soundwave is better, as you can see right here. I don't know why, I kind of like the big fists. I like his Kamina glasses here. I like his Decepticon symbol. I also like the fact that he has speakers for elbows. And his car form's pretty well done. I kind of like the fact that now he can drive and play sound instead of transforming into I think it was, what's it called? A tape recorder. Have you ever noticed that in G1, Soundwave lost, like, I don't know, 95% of his mass? He was like a 2-story tall monster, then he was like a tape recorder you could put in this room. And, also, I think his accessories are pretty well done. He has Bat, he has Laserbeak, which is all cool. I don't think Rumble's in Animated, though, which is kind of disappointing. Well, it's understandable. He's not a tape player here. Guitar converts to Laserbeak, so this is the Laserbeak version, the deluxe class. It's not the, I think the black and red version that was in Human Error. I forgot the name of that Soundwave. But in terms of G1 Soundwave, a lot of people think that overall his personality and his sound is better. Not his sound, his voice actor is better. I like the voice of Animated Soundwave, though. I think it was Jeff Bennett. I think Jeff Bennett did the voice of Soundwave in Animated. I think his voice is cool, especially in the episode where he just transforms into Soundwave, and then you hear, "I am Soundwave. I am Decepticon." I'm doing a terrible version of it, but you need to watch the episode. He has a really good voice, but then just kind of goes high-pitched, and it's kind of meh. But G1 Soundwave, on the other hand, had, like, a really awesome voice. Rumble, eject, Operation Destruction. So, yeah. But I'm glad I got Animated Soundwave here. Decepticon, Transformers.com. Okay, do I have a good picture there? Okay. Transformers Animated. You ain't heard nothing yet at the top there. Soundwave, Decepticon Sonic Warrior. Soundwave has only been around for a little while, but he knows that there's one thing he loves. It's noise. Sound is like clay that he sculpts for his purpose. The more noise there is around him, the more elaborate he can get in how he uses it. He can imitate voices, make humans fall asleep, and even take control of simple robots with sound. He hopes the Autobots are ready because he's about to rock them harder than they've ever rocked before. Okay, that last sentence was the best thing I've ever heard. He's about to rock them harder than they've ever been rocked before. Brilliant. But anyway, as you can see here, design is pretty straightforward. Pretty close to the show. In fact, I think it's perfect. And his car is better, though I don't fully approve of him just, you know, slapping the guitar on the top. It's kind of laughable, but I'm going to keep him in robot mode anyway. Also, there's the traditional picture. Oh, he has a good face there. Soundwave. And yeah, I'm going to open Soundwave here up, and then we're going to take a look at his vehicle mode. Okay, so here are Soundwave and Laserbeak in, well, Soundwave is in his vehicle mode, and Laserbeak is in his guitar mode. But anyway, here it is, out of the box, and to get out of the box, it really wasn't that hard. I mean, I used a better technique than Black Arachnia. I sliced it right here in the middle, so now it kind of acts like a door. Pretty simple. And also, interesting, unlike Black Arachnia or any of the other Transformers Animated toys I had, like Universe Galvatron, it came with a promo. So it's pretty much the same as Universe Galvatron, except for this thing. It actually has a promo for Universe Onslaught here. Universe Onslaught. And it's the same on the back, you know, the game, which my friend says, of course, is garbage. But anyway, for Soundwave here, he's done pretty well. I like this midnight blue that they gave him, and also this aqua green, this aqua kind of green. And he rolls pretty well. He's kind of sensitive, and again, if I move him forward, he slides down. Don't want that to happen. And overall, yeah, I also like the gold Decepticon logo, and Laserbeak snaps onto him fairly well. Well, it doesn't just snap, like, it's kind of weird. They didn't, like, there's a little peg here. By the way, I love this power symbol, by the way. Absolutely love this power symbol. It is like it's like he's an MP3 player. But as for Laserbeak, he doesn't really, it's not like really, he snaps on, like, it's not like a rectangular puzzle piece where he snaps in. He has two little pegs, which are essentially Laserbeak, the legs, the talons of a bird, and they each have this rectangular piece jutting out, two rectangular pieces jutting out, and that just kind of, wrong way, and that just kind of pegs into Soundwave here, if I could get it to work. There we go, he's pegged in, and overall, yeah, in his vehicle mode, he's good, and I like the little tape recorder job here. Again, he rolls well. If you want to race with him, then be my guest. Well, after you get your own. But according to the instructions here, I may want to get it back a little bit. Let's see. There we go at the top. Let's see. That's weird. The instructions are kind of troubling because, let's see, do I move this down? Do I move the front part down or not? Huh. There we go. You get them loose there. Then afterwards, you turn them around? What? Huh. It's kind of tricky. He's very well put together. Huh. I don't want to break anything. Obviously, I don't want to break anything. Can't take anything apart, it seems. There we go. Okay, now he's starting to come together. So obviously his fists are in here. His fists are in his door, like Bumblebee. Then I can separate these apart. I believe those become the legs. I think I fold them in? No. I'll see later. Then I turn them around, you get the wheels on the inside. Maybe I don't. Wait, what? Whoops. That came off. Just like Bionicle. Okay, guys, let's see. I'm gonna figure him out, and we'll be right back. Little flub. Okay, everybody. Well, I figured it out, and here we have Soundwave in his robot mode. Let's see if I can straighten out the feet a bit. Yeah, there we go. Now, this figure, in terms of transformation, can have some troubles. Like, first of all, like, it can get confusing, and the legs are a little loose. One can pop off, but, oh well, they can snap back on. Actually, one thing, if you've ever played with these Lego toys called Bionicles, this figure really reminds me a lot, because if you accidentally if one of his legs comes off, there's like a little ball joint, and then you insert the ball joint into this little hole, and then it just snaps back in, and you can rotate it. It was this leg here. Actually, I can show you. Yeah, there it is. A little ball goes into this hole over here, which does remind me a lot of Bionicle. And also, his chest piece, for me at least, was a nightmare. Like, it starts off, I'm not going to take it out, but it starts off like you pull it out, and then it's somewhere here. It's below. It's about here. It covers most of his waist, so somehow you have to just, you know, and actually there's a little lever here underneath. I hope you can see it. Yeah, there's a little lever here that holds the chest piece. Somehow you have to find a way to just get your hands under there and just, like, peg his chest plate up so that now it meets with this, so that now it's at a chin level with him. Because when you transform the thing, it's usually at the side of his body, but you have to get the chest plate to his chin level. So that was pretty tricky. And anyways, in terms of paint job, it's really good. It's really, really well done. I only have really two complaints. One, some copies of Soundwave have golden-plated fingertips and others do not. So, for example, mine only has blank blue fingertips, but other versions of Soundwave have it. Wait a minute. Sorry, I don't think that's true, actually. I actually think the versions of Soundwave I see have had some gold paint added to them, and all versions of Soundwave supposedly have this, these blank blue fingertips. In fact, let me check. Yeah, all versions of Soundwave have these blank blue fingertips, but if you want to make them gold, like it says on the show, and on the box, if I may add, he has gold fingers, but on the box he has, but in the toys he does not. So if you want to get some gold paint and apply to him, that could work, you know. And also, Laserbeak's strings are black. They're not even silver, they're black. But then again, some silver paint, and it's no big deal. But aside from that, he's really, really, really well done. I mean, this midnight blue is amazing. This aqua blue just puts a great finish. This gold is incredible. It's really awesome. His eyes, even if they are a little small in comparison with the show, they still kind of jut out, and they're a nice red. His gold on his chest plate, that Decepticon logo. Love this Decepticon logo. Right dab in the middle. Just absolutely love it. And you turn him on the side, he's got these wheels, you know, they see me rolling, they see me playing guitar. The power button's on the back, still have everything on the back. Here's another Decepticon logo, which is kind of weird, but oh well, I still think it's awesome. And Laserbeak is actually done well. Now, in terms of his accessory, which is Laserbeak, you can have it two different ways. You can either have him like this, and really, Soundwave does not hold him. You peg it. Let's see, you peg it into his arm over here. Into his forearm. You could do it on both sides since there are two pegs. You know, it just kind of comes off. You can do it like that and have him rock, you know, party like a rock star. Yeah, I just want to be a rock star. Or you could transform Laserbeak into his bird mode. And he is kind of loose at first. In fact, clear the dance floor, Soundwave. Laserbeak's going to have some rockin' times. It's pretty simple. You just fold it out there. Those are obviously the wings. And now you think you're done, but really, you can... Actually, I don't know what it is. I don't think it's shortened or not. I think you can have it again two ways. Okay, you shorten this. Yeah, you shorten this, and then afterwards, you take this little hilt, I guess I could call it. You take this hilt, and you just pull it down. And there is Laserbeak. Not too special exactly. They didn't even color his eyes, and these talons just kind of come off as awkward. But he's still a good-looking bird, I guess. He looks like an eagle. I like it when you look at the bottom. He looks like a Night Fury, actually. If you watch How to Train Your Dragon, this silhouette does kind of look like Toothless. He's even got the tail here. See, he's got the Night Fury tail. And if you want Soundwave to have a good time with his pet, you know, go down to the bar, get some drinks, you know, with Laserbeak. Sadly, I did not rehearse this, but I think he just pegs into his forearm here. Or maybe he has two little dots. No, I think he just goes in here. Huh. Yeah, according to the instructions, his talons are just supposed to go on here. Let's see if I can fit them. Okay, there we go. Nope, they're kind of loose, and they just kind of pop out. There we go. Hold him out. There we go. Come to me, Laserbeak. And there you have Sideways with Laserbeak, which is pretty cool. Now, the other version has Ratbat, but personally, I prefer Laserbeak because I think more people know Laserbeak than Ratbat. And as you can see here, he's well done. Oh, and his wings do come off a lot of the times, but, you know, you can just turn around, snap it back in there. There we go. So yeah, they're pretty cute. Whoa. No, it's not time to dance yet, Soundwave. And also, they're pretty cute together. I like them. Now, two things I forgot to mention about Soundwave, which I think, actually it could have been one, but this little thing, which is obviously, his chest plate is obviously a reference to G1. It can open, let's see, be careful, yeah, it can open, but it really doesn't go to much point. Like, when you have Soundwave's chest piece open, you imagine, like, Rumble or something coming out, but he comes with no cassette tapes, and there isn't even room for a cassette tape. So if you want to make a Rumble somehow, you can't even do it, because there's no place to fit him in. So the chest plate, while looking good, doesn't have as much purpose. They could have just combined these two plastic casings into one. And then the positive thing I had to say is that I enjoy his forearms. I love his forearm because, again, they're G1 references. They're obviously supposed to look like, there we go, they're obviously supposed to look like tapes, you know, little tapes in the 90s when people listened to music on tapes and even played games on tapes. Yes, like the Commodore 64. And his big, I don't want to even call them shoulders. His shoulders are wheels, but this big little hunch in the back are obviously speakers. So yeah, if you want to have a Transformers dance party, you definitely gotta invite this guy. And he comes with Laserbeak, which is awesome. So in terms of matching him up with the show, I would have to give him an A. Sadly, he loses, I don't know, actually, maybe I would give him an A+, because, I don't know, A or A+, because these eyes could have been bigger, and they could have put, you know, they could have made his fingers gold on all versions, and they could have made Laserbeak strings silver. But aside from that, he looks awesome. He looks incredible to the show. I give him an A for comparing him with the show, and overall, as a figure, he has some good articulation, even if these plastic rectangles can get in the way, or these trapezoids can get in the way, he can still move fine. You can put him in awesome poses with Laserbeak. Go. His legs can pretty much move in all directions, rotate 360. Even if they do come loose, you can move them side by side. So articulation isn't exactly the best with his legs, I just found out, but in terms of his arms, they're good, and you can even move his head a little bit. So that's nice to hear. So anyway, as a toy, I would also have to give him an A. So Soundwave is a double A. Not a battery. Soundwave is a double A. No, not a battery, but a grade. In comparison with the show, A, and as a toy itself, A. So that's my review for animated Soundwave, and I'm gonna make another review. So I'll see you all later, and bye.
Support Cybertron. Subscribe.